I believe we have like over 5 people who are aspiring to be the next Nigerian president. Who do I think so far is the most suitable candidate? Obviously me. But anyway, adding to that list, we now have the current vice president of Nigeria. And on the 11th of April, he released a video where he goes ahead to appeal to all of us Nigerians to go ahead and vote for him next year when he runs for president. Would I be voting for him? He stands a chance of being a president. Does he stand a chance of being a good president? I don't believe so. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch the video.
For the past 7 years, I have served as vice president under a true Nigerian patriot, a servant of the nation in war and peace, and a man of integrity.
A man of integrity. Anyone who describes Buhari as a man of integrity should not be the next Nigerian president.
But we have remained focused on securing the country and providing infrastructure and growing our economy.
They've remained focused in improving our economy. That has to be the most ridiculous thing I've heard all my life. You buy an egg for 100 naira right now, and that's our economy that has been improved. What is the rate of naira right now to dollar compared to dollar? What is it? 360? No, it's not 360. It's like 4 something, 480, sometimes 500 or something, and it's improved. Gaslighting.
I've been to practically all local governments in Nigeria. I've been in markets, in factories, in schools, in farms.
You know, I've been in hospitals, I've been in nursery schools, I've been in churches. Yeah, I guess that makes me fit to be the next Nigerian president. I've gone places, studios, I've recorded albums.
I've been in agricultural, mining, and oil-producing communities in the Delta, in Kebbi, in Enugu, in Borno, in Rivers, in Plateau, and Ondo, and in all other states of the Federation. I've visited our gallant troops in the Northeast and our brothers and sisters in the IDP camps.
I think if this man becomes president, what he would do is just go ahead and visit everyone. Because that seems like what his perfect understanding of the role of a president is. Like, he thinks what we need is a president who would visit. Like, when we go out there and we're like international, we're like in an international conference and they call someone to speak. Yeah, can you speak about your Nigerian president? Oh yeah, he visited the Northerners. He went to a primary school in Kebbi and he visited the kids. Oh, you're not impressed? What else could our president have done? I thought visiting was like the most presidential thing to do. He could have built roads. Oh.
I've been in the homes of many ordinary Nigerians in various parts of the country.
Wait a minute. He didn't come here. What? Wait, what? Well, now I'm not going to vote for him anymore. He didn't visit me.
I stood where they stood, and I sat where they sat. I know their hopes and aspirations and their fears. And I believe that in the...
It's funny. Everyone who wanted to be president all these years, they knew exactly what our fears were. They knew our concerns. They knew the things that we needed, the things that we cried for. They knew that we would very much like to have constant power supply. They were aware of that. Did they do anything about it? No. We still don't have constant... As I speak right now, I have the fear in my heart that any moment now, this is going off, and I will be running around looking for a generator. And how much is for?
I believe that the very reason why the Almighty God gave me these experiences, these insights, and these...
Way to go. Yeah, just slide in God's name there. Just put him in, you know? This reminds me of like a few years ago when someone wanted to be president and they said, there's a pastor actually, he said that it was God who told him to be president. They just have a way of bringing God into it because they think that, you know, at this point, they still believe that at this point we would be like, oh, now God sent them now. Ain't I know, God not tell me God not give them the insights, making call.
Which is why I am today with utmost humility formally declaring my intention to run for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
You know, I give him that. He does sound humble. He sounds like a very humble person. But you know why? Because he needs our votes.
If by the grace of God and the will of the people I am given the opportunity, then I believe that first we must complete what we have started. Radically.
They started something. Can somebody just remind me, because I'm having a hard time remembering what this current administration started. You know, there's nothing. They didn't start anything. Oh, they started poverty. That's a good one. And that's what he wants to complete.
Transforming our security and intelligence architecture, completing the reform of our justice system, focusing on adequate remuneration and welfare of judicial personnel.
What is he even saying? Focusing on the commiseration of the Nigerian supersure. He's just speaking words. Like, this is not what, like, you call the average Nigerian person and say, what would you like your president to do for the country? Nobody is going to say, oh, I want the whatever it is that he said. We want constant power supply. We want jobs for young and old people. Sorry, old people. We want security. We want things like this. I don't know why he's talking about law-related things. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure these are all important matters. But just imagine someone who is in school, who is yet to pay their school fees, but they use the money that they have to buy like 3 years worth of like pen supply. You know what I mean? That's the misplacement of priority. I'm sure the woman in the market who has like 7 kids to take care of is not bothered about this.
Rapidly advancing our infrastructure development, especially power, roads, railways, and broadband connectivity.
Okay, he did mention power, which is good. I just wonder if he's going to mention how he intends to do that. That's something I'd very much like to hear that. I can literally just say right now that I will build a car that would fly to the moon and fetch sand from the moon and sprinkle across the earth to give it more glow. But you wouldn't believe me, you know why? Because I'm not telling you how I can do that, and I'm not saying something that you think is possible or plausible. Oh, I just like using those two words together.
Enhancing our social investment program to a full-scale social wealth.
I'll tell you what this man sounds like right now. Have you ever got a drug that when you read the pamphlet, it says, oh, this can cure cancer, diabetes, syphilis, malaria? Give me another, like, is there any sickness anybody? HIV, staphylococcus. One drug can do all that. That is Yemi Osibanjo right now. He's going to make everything possible. All our dreams would come true.
Completing the promise of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty within this decade. Completing the task.
I like how he said within this decade. It'll take you a decade to make 100 million Nigerians get out of poverty. That's good. That's a good plan. I really hope that I will be among the 100 million Nigerians that you would get out of poverty, because I need to get out of poverty. And if I would give you my little pitch, if you ask me, how can you do that? This is what I'll tell you. Just go ahead and hand each of us like 50 million. We will get out of poverty. Whatever plan you're going with right now, don't do it. If you want to do like Empower 2.0, don't do it. If you plan on doing seminars and workshops and whatever it is that you think will help people develop skills or anything, don't do it.
Above all, front and center of our efforts will be the provision of jobs and opportunities for our young people. I
am so excited to hear that. There's going to be a job for you, job for me, job for everybody. But guess how many aspiring presidents have said that? They all said the same thing.
I'm convinced beyond doubt that we have the creativity, the courage, the talent, and the resources to be the foremost black nation on earth.
Oh yeah, we do. We have all these things. We have the resources, we have the creativity, but we don't have faith in you, sir. You don't come across as capable to do this task. You know why? Because you have words. Tell us how you can make something happen, sir. How? You know, if they would start doing campaigns where they say, I want to do this, and this is something that I will do to make that happen, then that would make sense. How about they start doing that? No. I will build schools for all your people. Hey, we'll build schools for us. I will do. Come on. We don't want that anymore. He didn't say anything that I would think is out of the ordinary. You know, there's nothing special, nothing that can make me go, oh wow. There's nothing new. You know, it's the same old thing. They all say the same thing. I just think that maybe we might be going from fry pan to fry pan, or from fry pan to fire.